Classroom transitions can be a source of frustration and difficulty for both the student and the teacher. Essentially, transitions are the period of time when the teacher moves the class from one activity to another. At the secondary level, a teacher may need to move her class from a small group discussion activity to a whole group lecture. At the elementary level, the teacher may need to move his class from a math lesson to the next science experiment. Smooth transitions save valuable instructional time and prevent opportunities for off-task behavior. For many of our students whose brains work differently, ending one activity and taking the steps to begin another can be a daunting task. In this module, we will present teaching strategies that will help to ensure smooth classroom transitions for all students at all levels. The most important elements in establishing smooth transitions are to directly teach the routines and expectations and then practice. Guidance and feedback need to be provided. The following steps will help you to create smooth transitions. To support your understanding of this process, we've enlisted the help of Jennie, a master teacher in British Columbia. The first step in directly teaching transitions is to explain what they are and why quick and smooth transitions are so important.
Now we're going to practice something called transitions. I'm going to put the word on the board so you can see what it looks like. And the word transitions looks like this. I want you to look at it and I want you to think to yourself, what might be the root or base word of transitions? Don't put your hand up yet, just think. So what do you think is the root word on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3.
Transit.
You are right if you said transit. And transit means going from one place to another. So a transition is how do you get from one place to another. Sometimes it's not moving from here to the gym. Sometimes it's just changing from French to language arts. Or sometimes it's changing from math and doing something else. Usually in September we spend a lot of time on those things so that the rest of the year will go smoothly and I don't have to nag you anymore. I can spend more time teaching. Because if I have to keep on nagging you to line up quietly, to sit down properly and pay attention and look at me, it takes a long time for me to teach and I don't get to the good stuff.
The second step is to teach the transition routine and explain what the expected behavior is.
What do you need to think about when you're going to start math? So don't put your POTW away yet, but just let's think it through. What are the steps that you would need to go through to get ready for math now? Because we finished the problem of the week. What's one thing, Tyler? Yeah, don't do it yet, but we would have to put your POTW books away. What else would we have to do before we start our math lesson? You'd have to get your textbook, your notebooks, and your pencil. So one thing is you have to put away the stuff you were just working on, and the other thing is you have to get ready with a pencil, eraser, notebook, and math textbook. Now, point to where the math textbooks are. They're all over there. What if 27 people all at once went to try and get their textbooks? Someone might get hurt. Why? Yeah, people would all squish up. Can you imagine if everybody tried to go where Benjamin and Derek are sitting, 27 of you? What could you do instead then? Because you don't want to sit in your seat because you know your teacher's waiting for you to be ready. Kyle? You can reach in your desk, get your other stuff out, and when the crowd's gone, go over there and get it. Good idea. Benjamin, what else? You could form a really orderly lineup. We could line up from this way and then pick up our books and go the other way. Really good ideas. What else? June?
Somebody in our group is getting their book. We can ask them to bring ours too.
Really good idea. So you could say, if you know Tahir's close to there, you might say, hey, Tahir, if you see mine, could you also get mine? So we've got 3 good ideas.
The third step in the teaching of transition routines is to model or demonstrate to the class what the transition looks like.
Clap once if you can hear me. Clap twice if you can hear me. All right. This is all the time we have for POTWs for today. Tomorrow you'll get a chance to work on it again right after recess. Now I need you to get ready for math. Try that out. seconds to be ready. That was unbelievable. All right, if you're ready, I'll know that you're ready if you're looking up at me. Okay, put up your hand if you have your textbook. Nice. Put up your other hand if you have your notebook. Put up 2 fingers if you have a pencil and an eraser. How did that work? You did it in probably 1 minute and 15 seconds it took you to be ready. And what helped you get ready so fast? So put up your hand if you know something that helped us get ready that fast, because that was fabulous. And if that happened all the time, every teacher in the world would be happy.
The 4th step is to demonstrate what the transition should not look like. This step helps to clarify what the expectations are for carrying out the transition.
So you're going to be working on your POTW. I'm going to start teaching, and then I want you just to go ahead and not exaggerate, but I want you to do what you know you would do if you weren't taught this way. I'm asking you to be some people who haven't been trained properly, who don't really know what to do in a transition. And also the teacher's going to model. I'm going to model what a teacher is doing that doesn't teach you transitions. All right, grade 5s, we're marking page 277, and grade 4s, we're marking page 248. Grade 5s, so I'll find it and I'll give you the answers. Let's see, 277. Okay, grade 5s, you should be ready now. Let's get your red pens out, grade 5s, and your homework. Get ready. What are you doing? I'm ready to mark. Red pens out with homework. And yes, you should have your textbooks. I don't understand why you're not ready. Oh, come on. Hey, you should all be lining up or something. This is taking way too long. Number 4, 178.6. Where's your red pen? Number 5, 3.2. Grade 4s, what should you be doing? Oh, I forgot to tell you. You're supposed to be working on the next page of homework, and I forgot to put it up there for you. Okay, cut.
The 5th step is to provide many practice opportunities with feedback, praise, and guidance given as required.
Thank you. So Benjamin is pointing out that sometimes you don't even have to wait for the teacher to tell you to be ready for the next subject. He pointed out that at the back of your planner you have the schedule of the day, so even if we didn't have this, you could be ready for math because you knew that math was after recess. Is that your point? Yeah, so that's really good to know things ahead of time. I also noticed over here that Emily wasn't even at her desk, but Nicole went in her desk, got out her notebook and all her stuff ready because she was doing, where were you?
I was getting Nicole.
So they kind of traded jobs. Nicole asked Emily to go and get her textbook, so while Emily was getting that, Nicole was busy getting all the other stuff ready. Who else did something like that where they traded jobs and helped each other? Anybody else try trading jobs?
Along with the explicit instruction and practice of how to transition from one activity to another, other supports and strategies will help to ensure smooth transitions. Provide students with a quick reminder about the routine prior to making the transition. Reteach the routine periodically throughout the year. This will help to keep the transition expectations fresh in your students' minds. Give advanced warning of an upcoming transition. A simple reminder helps students to prepare for a change. For example, we have 5 minutes left before we need to get ready for our guest speaker. Use a visual timer or a verbal countdown to assist with the advance warning. Use music or a song to support a smooth transition, especially in the younger grades. Utilize a visual list of the steps involved in the transition. For many students who may not be able to remember multi-step directions, a list is a useful support. Display a visual schedule so that your students know what activity is coming next. Ensure that all materials are prepared and ready to go. Provide active supervision during the transition by scanning the environment, moving around the area, and providing guidance where needed. Give positive praise and classroom incentives for the following transition routines. Smooth transitions do not just happen. Like teaching routines, putting the thought, time, and energy into teaching transitions at the beginning of the school year will save much frustration and instructional time throughout the year.